Little update video on these Red Wing Blacksmiths. We're about 1 month in on these, so I'm ready to share some first impressions and give some thoughts on sort of break-in, sizing, and really how they're wearing. First of all, breaking in Red Wing boots isn't always an easy thing. Certainly the 875s which I had which were mock toes was pretty hard going. Probably the toughest boots I've ever bought broken in, but worth the effort because the leather's so tough that you'll be able to have several resoles and it will still look great. These much easier. The last is more generous, so more generous in width, which, to be honest, width is always a critical point on comfort and break-in for me, to be honest. And also the one-piece construction, so a single piece of leather creating a whole front of boot here. No seams, no edges to sort of bend and pinch your feet. That's probably what makes the mock toes quite hard to bed in, because where you've got the seam detail here and you get the folds, it pinches down on your toes and it just makes life a little bit hard. So break in, really easy. Definitely a nice wide last. These are a size 8. That's a UK 8, US 9, and that's what I'd call my true to size. I rarely do I size down. Typically, if a boot's more generous fitting, I'll just put on some thicker socks because it adds to the comfort. But these have been absolutely fine. Definitely boots which can take a thicker sock. And yeah, so break-in, fine, very easy for a Red Wing. Sizing, I'd say go to true size. So, just thinking about the boots in general, obviously these have the micro lug Vibram sole, a bit muddy, but going just fine. This is a hard sole. It doesn't offer the comfort and support of a wedge sole, so you've got this stepped heel, nicely constructed, but it doesn't give the comfort of a wedge sole. It doesn't offer the bounce or the comfort. And also something I've noticed is I wore these probably the second or third day of wearing. I wore them up to Brenttor Reservoir, I think it was, up in South Brent, and it was an icy cold day. There was still ice on the ground, so the ground temperature was below zero, and the cold transfer through that sole was reasonably quick. So these boots which got quite cold in the winter. So I was thinking, both with the generous size, the tough sole as in lack of cushioning, and also the cold transfer, I think these would be good candidates for a good quality insole. They've certainly got the space in them for it, and I think it would benefit from it. So I might well try that out. Now, when you've got a traditional cork bed construction in a boot, it is always best to let it break in and take the shape of your foot before you put an insole in. So these have done that now, so I might be checking out some insole options for these. But that was just one observation, and certainly with a more generous last, you can do that any problems. Overall, it's all looking good. Couple of creases, nothing unusual. The Vibram sole wearing down a little bit on the heel, but I think that will level out as time goes on. As more of it comes into contact with the ground, the speed of wear will decrease a bit. Obviously all these boots are recraftable, no problem there. But I'm hoping for some good tough wear out of these soles. I think I'll wear down the centre part of that tread pretty quick, but I'll maintain grip from around the sides there. The leather itself found to be pretty waterproof so far, no sort of wet feet yet. There's a few patches where the sort of waxed finish on that sort of rough out Spitfire leather is starting to rub off, and it's getting a little bit more suede-y. Now, I've asked Red Wing what do you recommend to use to care for these, and they recommend their smooth finish care kit. So that's a cleaner, a conditioner, and a waterproofer, I think it is. I still wonder whether this needs sort of something like a beeswax, because it looks like a very waxy finish on there. but we'll see. I've actually got a Chamberlain's leather milk kit to review, so I might see if there's something in there which could do these. I'll take a look. Another observation on these: with the rough out leather, you get the smooth, it's sort of almost a reverse leather. You get the smooth inside there. Really comfortable for slipping these on and off. Really adds to the comfort and ease of getting them in. At the bottom there, you have actually got a sort of another heel cap, which isn't smooth, but just this collar. Really nice for getting these on. I think probably the only other observation I've got on these is probably the laces. Initially, I thought they were a bit short. You certainly struggle to do a double knot in them, and they're sort of a waxed cloth lace, but now I've really grown to love them. The waxiness of them allows you to tie a single knot and for it to lock in place. So they are short, but they're good. They work. Okay, well, I think that's pretty much it. 1 month in, as I say, looking good, very happy with them. And many months to come. So I'll probably do a review at sort of 6 months, see how they're doing then. But yeah, very pleased with those indeed. Very easy to break in, look good with some denim, and that's about it. If you haven't seen my channel before, please check it out. Love quality footwear, denim, everyday carry, fountain pens, pen knives. Got back into cycling, play guitar. Basically, if it's something that interests me, I like to share it on my channel. So please check it out. We might share some other common interests. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I hope it was useful. And if you're considering buying these boots, maybe that's something to help you come to your conclusion about whether you should or not. If you've got these boots, let me know how you found them, how they break in for you. And yeah, love it if you subscribed. That's about it. Thank you very much. Bye bye.